Good afternoon, everybody. This is Rich and Katie down here along the river. With Rich's River Smokers, West Virginia. It's like 4 in a row.
Is it?
Yeah, I'm getting it.
Finally, after almost a year.
90 some videos. We're coming up on 100 videos, folks. I didn't even realize it until I got up on the PC and was like 90 something? What? 100 episodes almost. In about 9 months.
Not even a year.
Not a year. We pump it out here along the river. So this video is going to be in collaboration with Aimem Claimem smokers down there in Austin, Texas. James, if no one knows him. If you haven't heard of him, which if you're a barbecue on YouTube, you had to hear about James Aimem Claimem smokers, man. Real nice guy, real personable. I mean, he's been one of the big supporters of my channel, and one of the reasons that I'm at 571 subscribers, along with T-Roy Cooks and Lyle with No Hippie BBQ, Christy with Christy's cooking channel. I mean, Big Lew, all you guys. Love everybody. A little shout out to you guys. So this is going to be a collaboration that is going to be a little different. Me and James did some talking back and forth and figuring it out. This is a chopped collaboration where an outside person, of course, would pick 4 ingredients, and that has to be in the box. It's 4 ingredients in the box. So we had Troy at T-Roy Cooks pick the ingredients because he was kind of biased. So what he did is we got to use a whole chicken, balsamic vinegar, artichokes, and jasmine rice. So what we're going to do is we're going to make a andouille and smoked chicken gumbo. But what we're going to do first is we're going to start off by smoking the chicken. So we got some Purdue's bird over there in the sink. We're going to rinse it off, and we're going to take the skin off of it. So we'll get back to you after we take the skin off the chicken. I've done this one time already in an earlier video. This is my version of pulled chicken. I'll leave that in the iCard above. You can check it out and how I deskin the chicken. I'm not going to put it on this one, but I'll get back to you after we deskin it and before we rub it. We're back. We got this Yardbird, pretty much skinless. It's not as bad as it was the first time we did it. Yeah, I'll leave that card up in the iCard. Make sure you check it out. So we're gonna rub this. We're gonna treat it just like a barbecue smoked chicken. Obviously for the smoked chicken gumbo. So we're gonna try something new. We're gonna try Cosmo's
Dirty Bird.
Dirty Blade.
Dirty Bird.
Dirty Blade. I tell you, all the Cosmo products is really excellent. Oh man, you really smell it. It's got good color. We're not gonna go too heavy with it, but we are gonna liberally, you know me. I will rub it. I'm not afraid to put rub on it. So, and this is not like a savory with a sweet. No, there's not necessarily any spiciness in this. It's just a very nice savory rub. Sure get them wingtips good, huh?
Mm-hmm.
So, alright, fellas. Alright, guys, what we're going to do is we're going to let this thing sweat up a little bit, and we'll flip it over. We'll season the other side, and we'll go out and get the Weber Smoky Mountain fired up. We'll see you out on the smoker. Alright, we're back. We got this chicken. The chicken's been on probably for, what do you think, about 45 minutes?
Yeah, something like that.
About 45 minutes. So, let's take a good look at this thing. I don't want to get any close. I don't know if you can get a good look. My lamp's not in the right spot. But we rub it down with a little Cosmo Q's Dirty Bird. And we're running about 230 degrees, 240 on the pit with a little bit of apple wood. So we're gonna cook this bird to about 170 degrees. We're gonna cool it down to room temperature, and we got to use the dark meat, the white meat. So what we're gonna do is when it cools down, we're gonna put in the. Everybody, we're back. I'll tell you what, that smoked chicken we did last night smelled great for this chop collaboration. We have to, I know, look at it. Something got into it. It's missing 2 wings and it's missing a leg. Between the smoker and the house, something ate it. That's alright though. I only got to use dark meat. I got to use dark meat and white meat in our gumbo that we're doing. And so we're going to get started with that today. First things first, James, I can't thank you enough for your support. And people, check him out. I mean, check his channel out. He's the man. I'll leave his link in the description box, and if I haven't already said it, in the iCard. We're going to go ahead and get our pot fired up, get it warmed up, and we have a plethora of ingredients to put into this gumbo. But the 4 ingredients that has to be in there, and I'll remind you, I think I said it yesterday, is we got to have balsamic vinegar. Trying to figure out how much to put in it. And then we have to have artichoke hearts. Yeah. And then we're going to put it on a bed of jasmine rice, which is a must. So that's the 4 mystery box ingredients that I have to have. That have to be in it. I've never had gumbo before, and I hope this doesn't ruin my perception of what gumbo is supposed to be. But it's what I can think of. Thanks, James, for doing this, and Troy for picking the ingredients. And we're going to go ahead and get started. We'll see you over at the stove. All right, everybody, we're back. We got our pot pretty warm. And the first thing we're going to do is we're going to add our andouille sausages. Remember these from our trip to Maine from W.A. Bean and Sons butcher shop slash meat market. So that is what we're going to do is we're going to brown up this andouille. Never had andouille before. Don't know what it was like. But we're going to put it in there because this is what, what traditionally goes for. We're going to get that andouille browned up. And we'll start adding the next ingredients. We'll get back to you. Everybody, we're back. These sausages are browned up. Some of them got a little extra brown. They cook up pretty quick. I've never cooked up andouille before. Let me tell you something. They cook up pretty quick. Well, we're going to get these out onto a paper towel where they can dry and drain off. Smells good. Anybody never tried andouille? I haven't tried it either. I should try a piece now that's sauteed up. Alright, well there you go. We got that out on the drain cycle there. Again, we use the andouille sausages from W.A. Beans and Sons. We went to Maine. So we're going to stick our flour in here. We're going to make a little bit of roux. We'll get back to you when we get up into that process. Alright, we're back. We got our flour in there. And it's doing, we're going to brown it up. Make it look like chocolate milk. It says. Then what we're going to do is here's our balsamic vinegar we're supposed to use. 1/4 cup. Going in there to flavor our roux. Let's turn the heat off. Whoa. Forgot about the balsamic vinegar splashbacks. So, gotta take off the heat for a minute. So what we got is we're gonna cook the flour a little bit to get the flour taste out of it. We'll keep it stirred up here, and then we'll add the rest of our ingredients. So we'll get it incorporated here. Get that flour taste out of it. So we'll get back to you when we have the rest of the ingredients. All right, we're back. We got our flour browned up. I don't know if you can see that or not. Bad lighting, of course, my big butt staying in it. So there you go, all browned up. Now we're going to add our next 5 ingredients, which is our green peppers, our onions, and our celery. Well, that's 3. We're going to sweat these down with our flour. Until the vegetables get tender. Then we're going to add this 4 cloves of garlic. How many teaspoons did you do?
2 teaspoons is 2 cloves.
2, 3, 4.
Okay.
4 cloves of garlic, minced garlic. So we got that in there. I'll tell you what, this is going to smell great. The balsamic vinegar into that roux. Yeah, balsamic vinegar roux, basically. And what we're doing is we're going to sweat these onions and these green peppers and celery up. Then we'll start adding our chicken broth that we got. So we'll work on this, get this sauteed up good, and we'll get back to you when we add the broth. Alright, buddy, we got these things have been sweating for 15-20 minutes, and they're about where we like them. They're gonna cook as well for 30 minutes. So I don't want them all mushed up. I want just a little bit of texture, not a whole lot. But so what we're gonna do is we're gonna add a little bit of broth at a time. And this is just a 4 Swanson's broth. We're gonna add a little bit at a time just to get it incorporated. We're gonna end up using the whole thing, so it's going to add half, stir it up until we get that flour, that roux, nice and you see it's starting to thicken up like immediately. Look at that, that's awesome. I don't know if you guys can see it or not. My big hand in the way. We have to get better light here, baby.
I know, I gotta get a light for above the stove, I think.
Well, you got your phone?
Yeah.
Give me a little bit of flashlight action.
Hold on.
Hey, you guys can probably see that now. Yeah, a little bit. So this is how you want it. A little bit like that. Again, consistency. We'll go ahead and add the rest of the broth. Four cups of chicken broth. There that is. We'll get this nice and combined. Ooh, oops, slap, slosh.
I don't think you're supposed to slop it out.
We'll go ahead and get this well incorporated. Ooh, look out.
Stop attacking me with it.
We're gonna break down that roux clusters we had to get the vegetables loose. Get it nice and incorporated. A little whisk action might help. We got it all pretty much incorporated, didn't we?
Well, it looks like it.
Yeah. There we go. We'll keep him handy. And so what we're doing is we got it nice incorporated. Now we're going to add a 14.5 ounce can of diced tomatoes. Give them a stir. Smells pretty good.
Yeah, it does.
And then what we're going to do, oh, by the way, our 5th ingredient was a teaspoon of salt. By the way, forgot to tell you. So we're going to get a teaspoon of, it said dried oregano, but we got ground. Same difference to me. There's a teaspoon of ground oregano, a teaspoon of dried thyme, which we had to pick up at the store. There that is. This is smelling more like a sauce, spaghetti sauce now. So there it is. We got our oregano, our thyme, our tomatoes, and we're gonna just leave this. I think we're just gonna leave this to get happy, I believe. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna finish stirring this, incorporate this in real good, and we'll get back with you. All right, guys, this thing's almost ready to a boil, and this is gonna be number 3 of our, well, number 2 of our must-use ingredients, artichokes. So we're going to dump them in there. Let them do some cooking. We'll smash them down. I should have cut them up.
Probably should have.
I've never used these things before. I don't know how they were going to come out.
I haven't either. I've never had artichoke in my entire life.
Yeah. That's all right. They're mashing up. Just gotta work with them a little bit. Ooh, I'm wearing half of it.
Well, don't learn half of it.
No, it's been a while since I've been on the stovetop. I'm getting all
Spoiled by the cooker.
getting all fancy. Yeah. So we have and add our ingredients, and this is actually not smelling too bad. Artichokes will probably give it a little bit more, depth. I'll tell you what, baby. You want to give me the other thing? Broth. I'm gonna add a little more broth to this.
All right. Come on.
It said 4 cups of chicken stock, chicken broth, but I don't know. I'm gonna add a little bit more, just because it's got to simmer for a half hour, and I don't want it to get too. I don't want to get too set up on me. If that makes sense. Make sure I get all the stuff off the bottom of the pan, which I believe we do. And that actually looks a little better for. So obviously we'll get this stuff stirred in here. We might. We're good with the moisture. So I don't want to get too thick when we add our andouille and our chicken. So we'll see what's looking like halfway through this 30-minute simmer we got to bring it up to. We'll catch you at that point. All right, Bonnie. Well, we got our gumbo on a 30-minute or a 15-minute simmer. We'll go ahead and check it in 15 minutes. We got our smoked chicken out, which is our smoked as a whole chicken, which had to be cooked whole, and we have to use dark meat and white meat. So I got both of the thighs and the one leg that was left on the chicken by some vulture. So what we're gonna do is we're just shredding this up. I don't want to go too, you think that's all the good proportion of dark meat, you think?
Yeah, should be.
I'll get a whole breast sitting there.
I was gonna say you'll find out once you get the breast out and see if you
Yeah, we'll save him for a nice little delectable. Let's put our thigh meat right here. And let's go ahead and break out our breast. It's cold. We cooked it last night to 160 degrees because I knew we were going to cook it again today. I don't want it to dry out. A nice little cook on that.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you can smell the smoke, yeah. man, good. This is gonna be good. Once the flavor of that chicken gets into that, the smoke gets into that andouille, or that gumbo, let's go ahead and let's see what this gives us right here. Yeah. Just pull it, right?
Yeah, just pull it.
Had a nice bark on it. Nice bark from that Dirty Bird rub we used. So there's that. Into this tenderloin. You can tell it's just almost done. It's 5 degrees from being done. But man, does it smell good. The dark meat is going to give it a nice richness and some nice texture from the breast meat. So, alright guys, well, this is the basic on shredding the chicken. I just want a little video proof that I was using dark meat and white meat. So we'll see you back over at the pot. Alright folks, it's been 15 minutes. And I think I'm going to go ahead and leave this stuff go. I think it's plenty thin. Just coach my spoon. And this stuff is tasting awesome, isn't it, Katie?
Yes, it does. Yes.
Oh man, that's good. I actually added a tablespoon of black pepper. It was missing something. It was good, but it was missing a little neutral. Now we got it where we need it. So we're still at a light boil. Cook them vegetables up a little bit more for another 15 minutes. And then we'll add the andouille. And we'll add the smoked chicken. We'll get back to you then. I'm sorry folks, look at this. I'm gonna drop my phone in it.
You want to bring the light again?
Now that we get a nice little view here. I mean, look at that. That is just, you know, it looks good. It smells good, and I'm actually impressed with myself. Yeah, really.
First time ever doing gumbo.
Yep. Then we have the artichokes in there. We took our balsamic vinegar and made a roux with our flour and butter for a base. And we added, of course, our artichokes, and we're going to put up a bit of basman. Excuse me. Whew. Put up a bit of jasmine rice. About the best way I don't know how to use that. So we'll get back to you. We add the andouille and the smoked chicken. All right, everybody, we're back. This gumbo has been simmering for a half hour, and man, will you look at that. The consistency that I want. Man, does it smell good. You smell that balsamic, that nutty flavor you get after reducing balsamic vinegar. And by the way, I did pick all the hearts out, the stems. Picked all those out, and this stuff smells amazing. So what we're gonna do, start from arm in the way. We're going to add our andouille back into the mix. It's four pieces. Well, I guess it's going to be about a pound. But that goes in there, and look at that. That already looks good. So we put our andouille back in here. We're going to leave it set for 15 more minutes before we add the chicken. So we get back to you when we add the chicken. Alright, it's been 15 minutes. We're going to go ahead and add our chicken. Now I got a lot of chicken here, so I'm going to be proportionate. So here's our dark meat that's going in. We're going to get all the dark meat in. Let's stir it up. Alright, good show. Now here's some white meat. You got white meat in there. Well, let's put it all in there. So there it is. There you go, folks. We'll stir that in there. Oh man, that smells good. You can smell the smoke starting to get warm. Oh wow, that's just a perfect round meat. Look at that. That looks amazing. It smells great too. So we're gonna leave this sit here and finish up. Let that smoke flavor get through there and everything. There's our heart. Oh, another one. All right, folks. So we'll leave this thing sit here and get happy for another 15 minutes, and then we'll get back to you at the table. All right, we're back. Our gumbo is sitting here getting all nice and happy, and put it down, buddy. We don't need it now. So what's happening is we're letting it sit here and mellow down a little bit. It's piping hot. We got our jasmine rice right here, which is our fourth ingredient, which I figure you know what to do. Just put on the bed of jasmine rice, right? It's going to be tasty. It's not bad for my first chocolate collaboration. Again, this is a collaboration with James and Aimem Claimem Smokers. And we'll go ahead and let this stuff cool down a little bit, and we'll bowl it up. All right, we're back. This stuff is cooled down enough to serve. So here's our jasmine rice, which I'm gonna tell you something. Jasmine rice has a whole different smell, doesn't it, babe?
Yes, it does.
Has a different. I mean, I know it tastes good. So what we're gonna do is, I think jasmine rice is what they use for the sushi rice in some places.
Yeah, I think so.
So we're just gonna use little bowls. There's our jasmine rice. And we'll stir up our gumbo. Look at that stuff. Man, that stuff does look good. It's full of protein. It's full of meat and flavor. So we'll go ahead and pipe some of this on. Put some andouille and chicken in there. And man, look at that. That looks great. Meal of a king. That's andouille smoked chicken gumbo with jasmine rice. So leave this thing cool down a little bit. You can see it's still hot. Leave this cool down enough to take a taste test. We'll get back with you. All right, we're back. This andouille has
Andouille, it's gumbo.
oh, gumbo. Well, there's andouille in it. I saw andouille right on top. I was like, andouille. This is our andouille smoked chicken gumbo for our collaboration. My bad. I'll get it. So it's still pretty damn warm. So we'll get everything in there. We got some smoked chicken and some andouille. We got some artichoke in there. Looks pretty good. Pretty hot.
Mm.
And you can smell the smoked chicken, the andouille, the oregano, the thyme. You can, I mean, the jasmine
Yeah, you
rice.
can smell all of it.
This is good stuff. James, I'm kind of glad we want to do this. All right, let's go ahead and get down on it. Oh, what? That is amazing. And I'm not just saying it because I made it. That wow. Taste?
I'll taste it here in a little bit.
Come here, Jason. Somebody's got to taste this.
So hot.
It's not spicy, no.
You can't see him on camera.
That's all right. That's good stuff, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, dude.
That's amazing.
Let's eat the whole bowl. This stuff's great, guys. I mean, I'm always at a loss for words.
You have your avid
Yeah.
tester over here that wants to taste
You want to taste too?
it.
You wait for dinner? It's a little hot. It's a little temperature hot yet. Want to wait?
Yeah.
Okay. Everybody, this was fun to do. I mean, me and Kate did this together on the stovetop. We smoked the chicken last night. We had a bunch of smoking going on yesterday. So we went ahead and took care of the chicken. I mean, I'm getting some little bit of heat, a little bit of savory, not a whole bunch of heat. A little bit back here. I think it's from the andouille or just chicken because Chicken was a little spicy. We did that Dirty Bird rub, which is bold, spicy. This stuff's great. So before it cools off too much, we're going to get the family divvied up. James, thanks again for doing this collaboration, the chop collaboration. It was your idea to have the chop collaboration. Thank you, Troy, for picking the mystery ingredients, the box ingredients, which was artichokes, balsamic vinegar, whole chicken, dark and white meat, and jasmine rice. So again, if you like this, hit the subscribe button, hit the thumbs up. When you hit that subscribe button, there's a little bell it shows. Hit that, and it'll let you notification when I upload. All my social media will be in the description box, along with my affiliate links. Check it out. And check out James's channel too. If you haven't already, you probably you probably know James real well. But check him out if you haven't checked him out. He's a real good guy down in Austin, Texas. Man, this is going to be a big hit. So again, guys, thanks for coming by. Thanks for your support. Share with your friends and family, your co-workers, and in the world if you can. And when you do share with them, tell them the best barbecue comes from the river.